This is the camel hangout spot by the looks of it. And so this is the main road going along the edge of the town. This is not the lane that I was talking about that gets really crowded from pedestrians during the camel fair. This is the through road going to other locations. But this is where the walk into town and to the lake begins. So, I know that not everybody out there subscribed to my channel or otherwise coming across my videos is necessarily all that excited about more videos of India. This is my 15th time to India since 1999. I've spent about 2.5 years of my life here, which is about 5% of my 52 years of living. So it is definitely something of a second home. And that 2.5 years has been traveling, not staying for especially long in any particular one place. So that is traveling all over India. There are, of course, always more places of India to see. In particular, where I want to go is to Gujarat, which is just south of here. I haven't been to Kerala and the northeast, the Seven Sisters states up by Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and then some more places in the Himalayas are the main places that I would like to see at some point. We'll see where I might get to on this trip. But I understand that people aren't all necessarily excited about more India content. So I'm going to talk about why I keep coming back to India. Despite the challenges and downsides, including the garbage and pollution, the noise, the crowds, maybe the extreme heat, the unfamiliarity of how certain things work, etc. There are good reasons why many people aren't interested in going to India or have been here and didn't like it. It's not for everybody. But it is definitely one of my top favorite countries in the world. Pretty much got to put it at 2. Greece, India. And so there are a lot of reasons why I keep coming back here. Number one, I would say, is just because there is so much to see and such an incredible variety of different types of places to see. From the Himalayas to the deserts of Rajasthan here, the Ganges Plains, Varanasi, the beaches of Goa, the whole interior of India, which has so much to see. So my hotel is right there, the original one, and then the one that I changed to is just a 30-second walk away from there. So a nice short walk into the center of town and the lake here. And so there is just tons and tons and tons to see in this country. And then absolutely the food is a big one. Great Indian food, but also you can find lots of other types of food, as I showed there, having an Israeli lafa for dinner last night. And so this is where I started the video clip at the very beginning, at night. That was last night, walking along here, and then that live music. And then there is, of course, the prices. You just can't beat it. Pretty much the cheapest country in the world. You can see the stage there. So let's walk down to the edge of the lake first and then continue the walk around it, down one of the ghats, as they are called, the stone steps going down to the water. I will probably need to leave my shoes somewhere at some point here. And so there are 52 different ghats going around Lake Pushkar here. So maybe this scene right here is starting to give you an idea of why I keep coming back to India, because there are the practical aspects of the prices and lots to see, and the friendliness of the people, and the relative ease of traveling around the country in terms of easily being able to get buses and trains, etc. Namaskar. Thank you. But really what it comes down to, and this is where I probably need to leave my shoes, is the atmosphere, the spiritual feeling that you get in so many places, the very unique settings. Man, this stuff is hot to be barefoot on. Why? So like over there? Okay. So this one is Varagat, and here Shivalingam.
Shivalingam? This is
Which?
Hanuman.
Hanuman.
Yes. This way Brahma.
Ganesha.
Lake. Brahma lake for holy place.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Some flowers of the lake, good luck for the family.
Flower in the lake. Yes, okay.
Welcome for Pushkar. Where from?
Dhanyavad. America, USA.
USA, America?
Yes.
Sound is from America.
Yeah.
Welcome to Pushkar.
Thank you, sir. Dhanyavad ji.
Yeah, welcome, friend. Like Holy Puja, pray for you, for family.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Last family.
It's okay.
Karma.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Dhanyavad. You definitely have to put up with some hassle. People trying to give you puja, which is a good thing. It is a spiritual offering, blessing, prayer, but they will expect money. And then beggars and the touts, hustlers coming up to you, come into my shop, buy this tour, all that. The countries that I was in before, Taiwan, Philippines, New Zealand, of course, then you don't have to deal with that. India, that is a factor. But in my calculation, the positives far outweigh the negatives. So that is why I keep coming back, because you find yourself in places like this. Wow, a fish. I wonder if there are fish in the lake. I guess there could be. Must be. Om Namah Shivaya. And so that right there is the sunset spot, because the sun sets out there, and so lots of people gather right there to watch the sunset, or you could go to the top of one of the hills. But that brings up another one of the things that I really like about India is the traveling culture here. So I was just in Taiwan, and there is really no traveling culture there as far as places where there are a bunch of backpackers, budget travelers. There are tourists there, of course, and some budget travelers, but the whole time that I was there for 10 days, I really felt pretty much like I was the only foreign traveler around. In Taipei, saw a few more tourists, but you're kind of on your own there. Whereas in India, there are certain places where lots of the budget backpacker adventure travelers go, and you can go sit in a cafe and end up chatting with another traveler. That is how I met Victor from Sweden, was in Rishikesh in the foothills of the Himalayas here in India back in 2010 or 2011, I think. We just sat next to each other in a restaurant and ended up talking, and then met up later and did a few like walks together or something around Rishikesh, and then just kept in touch and have seen each other in a bunch of different places around the world since then. Okay, we definitely got fish in the lake. They don't seem to be too happy. Oh, here are some that are actually swimming. Okay, good. But I wanted to show this nice carving here. I'm going to guess that's a Brahmin on a horse, looks like. And then interesting design here. All right, let's continue the walk around the lake. And so this is the lane that goes around the lake that becomes one way apparently during the camel fair. And so it is a really nice walk to do. Lots of interesting restaurants and shops to see along the way. And then the ghats, there is Narsing Ghats. Here is one of the restaurants. Another one, fresh juice, breakfast stuff, etc. And so another one of the things that keeps bringing me back to India is just because it is so different. It is such a multi-sensory experience. This is where I had the laffa last night. Really good and super filling for 170 rupees. That is about $2. And so the exchange rate is very favorable now for the US dollar. So when I first came here in 1999, the exchange rate was around like 43 or something like that rupees per one US dollar. And then it has been going up and up, and so it is now at 88. So it's twice what it was at that time. And so even though there has been inflation, you cut the prices in half and it is still very, very affordable. As I mentioned, $10 hotel room that was perfectly decent. It wasn't one of these terrible grungy things, but it just wasn't quite what I was looking for. But you can find cheaper. You can still travel on 15, 20 bucks a day if you want. Even less if you find a really basic room and stay there long term. But there is truly nowhere in the world like India. I mean, just this scene right here is just so unique, and you aren't going to find even, you know, in Bangladesh or Pakistan or even Nepal, you're not going to find quite the same kind of scenes of the Hindu culture. Of course, Nepal is Hindu as well. Hello. Nepal is majority Hindu, but also a lot of Buddhist. But still, it's not India. And so it is just so unique, so different, so intense. So that it is really the ultimate adventure travel experience if you're looking for somewhere that's really just going to blow your mind. Challenge you, certainly. Push you to the extremes. The ultimate place for videography, photography, the images, the saris, the religious elements of the temples, the symbols. So I have to tell a quick story about that little restaurant sort of place, kind of a dhaba on the left there, but more for foreign travelers. They serve like teas and juice and simple meals. So as I mentioned, the first time that I came here was on my first trip to India in 1999. I think in November of 99. Before that trip, I was working in Ukiah, California, where my mom and stepdad live. I worked there for a few months to save up money for the trip. And I think it was just a few days before catching my flight that I happened to run into some guy who was also coming to India at the same time. He wasn't a friend, somebody that I knew at all. Just randomly ended up talking with somebody, another young guy there in Ukiah, California. And so we just had like a short conversation for, I don't remember at all, whatever, 5-10 minutes or something. And then at the end, I think one of us, maybe both of us, jokingly said, you know, right on, we'll maybe see you in India. Which is, of course, you know, like astronomically improbable. And so I arrive in Pushkar, and I go to that little place there, and then I end up talking with the guy sitting next to me, and a few minutes into the conversation we realize, oh, you're the guy from Ukiah. Just crazy coincidence. And so because of the fact that there are certain places that travelers tend to go to, it makes it, you know, more likely that something like that is going to happen. On that first trip to India, then I kept running into people in various places that I'd met in previous places that I've been to. And so if you want to continue around the lake, then you turn left at some point off of the main road there. Swastika, of course, an ancient Indian symbol, which means goodness, basically. So another one of the ghats down to the lake here. I think that I turned too soon to be able to get through. So a really interesting looking temple here. Never been inside of this one before. Let's see how much we can see here. Probably need to leave my shoes here. Oh, maybe it's a hotel. Maybe it's an ashram. Look at the carvings, incredible. Looks like that is Pushkar. And so that's another reason to come to India, is the various spiritual practices, gatherings, yoga, meditation, teachings. And so you can walk through this, whatever this is. Let's go ahead and take the sandals off once again and see what's in there. Amazing paintings. I'm guessing that is Kali again there. Look at this. Okay, look at this. I'm not sure if this is where meals are eaten because there's dishes there. It must be. So I guess this is an ashram. Look at those drums. Namaste. And then, look at these. Jai Shiv Natraj. So, Shiva. I think Nataraja is one form of Shiva. The dancing Shiva. And Kali with the skulls around her neck. There you go. Jai Maha Kali. And there's where I started the video, on top of the hill. So you can see lots of people there, gathered by the edge of the lake, making puja probably, washing, birds flying, swans swimming, quite a scene. Spiritual music in the background, swastika, Om. And so, last but not least, reasons for coming to India and coming back to India again and again is definitely the people. How generally friendly and welcoming they are, and so much more open and interested in connecting than in many other countries where you will have interactions on a daily basis, checking into your hotel and ordering food and the basic stuff, but not as much of the interest in people asking about you, wanting to have a conversation, in part because English is widely spoken here, but certainly more than that, it is a matter of people being curious about foreigners and wanting to practice their English and just being in general open and interested in connecting with people. So that really that is definitely a important and integral part of the India experience, is talking with the local people on a regular basis. And having, at times at least, interesting discussions, sometimes kind of the same discussion over and over. Where are you from? Are you married? Are you traveling alone? How much money do you make? Etc. But quite often much more than that. And they're always open to questions, learning about their culture. Ooh, we got a camel finally, because I was thinking about how I hadn't seen a camel yet here in Pushkar, but they are around even outside of the festival season, as you can see there. It looks like they're giving a ride, maybe to Indian tourists. Let's get a closer look as it goes by. And we got more camels. This is the camel hangout spot by the looks of it. Hello, namaste, namaskar. Oh, camel riding. Not today. Oh, it's okay. Thank you, thank you. America. Where are you from? Hindustani?
I'm the gypsy.
You're a gypsy.
Musician.
Say again?
I'm the gypsy, I'm musician.
Magician?
Musician, you know. I play
Musician, musician. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
play
Good.
like a drumming, some people.
Rajasthani.
Rajasthani
local
dancing.
music?
Yes.
Good, good.
Everything possible.
Great.
Like
Are
in
you
outside.
from Pushkar or other town?
My from Pushkar because I live in outside desert. My
I
born
see.
in Pushkar.
I see.
You know. We are the
Great.
gypsy.
Namaste ji. How are you?
Good.
Excellent.
You making vlog?
Exactly. Yeah, I saw the camel coming. That camel and wanted to get a close video.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
In
if you
outside-
want to take a video of my camel also, you can take, no problem.
I'm okay. My battery is almost finished.
You are a blogger, you making blog.
Exactly.
Where you put in Instagram.
YouTube.
I have also my many videos, they are very viral. There are
You
some
make
people-
videos for YouTube?
No, me no making. One
In other
guy,
people, in
Yeah.
same like you
YouTuber
guys,
videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're making.
Very cool. Excellent. No, I'm ready to go get out of the heat. Afternoon, so go back to my room, relax.
So you
Shanti,
have time
shanti.
to drink chai a little bit?
I'm okay
Yeah,
right
chai.
now. No, thank you.
No
I appreciate
problem.
it. Going to go
Can
back
you
to my
showing
room.
your ID, sir, possible?
Sure. So shoes off to cross the bridge here. Over to the sunset spot. More of the ghats. And so the boys there offered chai to me. And I had to turn them down even though I love chai. Because I have an extreme caffeine sensitivity that started 15-ish years ago or something like that. And if I have any caffeine, including in tea, then I just get super jittery for hours and hours and probably wouldn't sleep hardly at all tonight. So it is just not worth it. Even though I love the Indian chai with the milk and the sugar, and especially the masala chai, it's called. The masala chai is what most foreigners think of when it comes to Indian tea, with the extra spices, the cinnamon and cardamom, etc. But I have to stick to non-caffeinated teas. And so there you can see Hotel Sunset and Rooftop Restaurant. So I was here not yesterday evening, but the first day after I arrived. And a mix of foreigners and Indians, like 50-50-ish. It seemed like lots of dreadlocks and lots of Israelis hearing Hebrew spoken. And looks like they got a stage set up for music. I wonder if that's for tonight. I'll have to head down here and see. And on another day, I will do the hike up to that temple. Not quite sure who these ladies are. Riding a tiger. So that is going to do it for this video. When I said to the guys that I was going to head back to my room and get out of the sun, I meant it. It is absolute middle of the afternoon and hot, but not overwhelmingly hot. It is much nicer than Bangkok, for example. The humidity and just greater heat, and being in the city, as soon as I stepped out of my hotel, it was just intense heat, and it just kind of clings to you with the humidity. And so here, it is the desert, dry air. It's not quite as hot, and the desert air releases the heat when the sun goes down, and so you get cool evenings and nights, which really makes a big difference. All right, so as I said, I'm going to be here for a while, probably at least a week. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing as far as more filming. There is a lot to see here, and so there is more exploring to do within the town of Pushkar, and then the hikes up to the temples, and then day trips going out, renting a bicycle. I will definitely do, and go explore the desert. So this is just the beginning. Lots more coming from incredible India.